What's up, nerds of the Renegade Cactus, but you can call me whatever you want. Welcome back to Savara. Now, I am I'm right at the start of this new run. I wanted to start, or basically started talking while in the main hall, and then I realized that I was not recording. You know, the usual. Attacks increase the damage from your next weapon swap. Special attacks charge faster. Special attacks. Special attack? Did I know about special attacks last time? Huh. Devotion, when collected, increase the damage from your attacks. Ah, that was the thing that I have to just pick up. Jeez. You know what? Sure, why not? What kind of special attacks do I have again? I don't remember at all. But whatever. Yeah, I realized that I wasn't recording, and I thought, you know what, screw it. I haven't done anything yet. I just went in, like the room you saw earlier was the first room. So there was absolutely nothing. Now, I decided to play Savara again today just because I had a pretty damn bad day, and it was like nothing bad happened. It's just I slept bad. I went to bed way late for good reason. I was at a musical show yesterday, like one of those musical medley shows, which was amazing. So I had a good reason to go to bed late. But it was like 2 hours later than I would usually go to bed when I work in the morning. I'm an old man, you know, I need to go to bed by a certain time, otherwise I'm cooked. Not in a good way. The thing is, you can say let him cook, which is a good thing in theory, or can be a good thing. But then again, being cooked is not a good thing. Oh, whatever. Just some mumblings of a very tired person. Alright, we're gonna take the mossy spikes. Could go for more devotion. We could go for, what's that again? Frenzy. Oh yeah. Or we could go for lightning. You know what? Let's keep going for devotion. Why not? Why don't? And yeah, so I thought a game like this just sounds like a good idea. I don't need to don't necessarily need to record today. I could record tomorrow or the day after if I wanted to, but it just felt correct. Oh, that was my special. Gotcha. I remember now, kinda. Alright. Damage bonus from devotion is increased by 50%. That would bring it up like 7.5%, so that would bring it up to 22% more damage per stack. That's not bad. Combo attacks reduce devotion's cooldown period until the end of the room. Your attacks stun enemies faster. Not bad, but you know what? Sure.
Impactful.
Increase devotion. Alright, that's just my health, right? Is that statistic max health? We could go for... Sure, let's go for money. One thing that kinda sucks is I've like a comment let me know that this game is pretty like not necessarily short. Oh shit, I suck. I mean, I'm cutting it short, but there's not as much content as I would like in this game. Basically, they said that it's just like very like enemy variety is just like 3 or 4 different kinds of enemies, and only like 2 areas. That sounds a bit. That sounds not great. Let's just say it like that. It doesn't sound too great. Ah. But I thought, you know what? Even if it doesn't have as much content as I would like to, I can enjoy the content that it has, right? And who knows, I don't think that this game was early access, or is early access. I'm pretty sure, it is, fully out already, which means that, yeah, no, the problem, if there really is no variety, is not an early access kind of thing. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just gonna keep playing a little bit. I'm just gonna play this. I just want to play this for today. I just want to beat up some stuff. And ouch. Ouch. How did I... Alright. Wrong button. I wanted to... Which was the block button again? Or the parry button? I don't remember. Boom. Okay, that was my special that kinda went into nowhere. Yeah, I say I want to just destroy some things, or just hit some things, and then I basically almost go down. Well, sucks to be me, I guess. Ah. Well, alright. Enough complaining, let's just focus on the game. Again, I think this game is beautiful. I think the idea of this game is great. There are a few things that aren't, like, that could be done better. For example, the whole Hades top-down kind of thing makes sense until there is a huge enemy that's kind of in the bottom part of the screen. Because if you just run upwards, then it's harder to see the big thing in the bottom. If you know what I mean, if that makes any sense. Damn, I bricked it that easily. Ouch, stop that. Screw you! Okay. Do we go? Was that? Oh, that's frenzy. The devotion. I'm saying frenzy. Yeah, like I said, I'm not okay today. I'm not okay. I'm way tired. I was very much annoyed by work. Again, not because something happened, it's just because I don't wanna. There are days where you just... I don't mind my work. Like, my place of work is stupid, it's weird, just like any places work. Like, they do stupid stuff at times. It's just decisions on the management part where you're like, what is anyone working there actually thinking? I think that's a pretty common thing with companies in general. And it's just every now and then stuff just happens and you're like, why am I even here? You know what I mean? The answer is money. The answer is money. And I mean, fun story. Years ago, I've been at this company for a while now, but years ago, we had like I had two colleagues in my direct, like, in my department, who, like, one of them really didn't want to be there, but just, yeah, went there for the money, and the other one didn't mind working there, but just, both of them were not the best workers. Like, they were not the worst, they weren't doing anything wrong on purpose or whatever, they did their work, but they, like, all of us could have done more, basically. One of them did less than the rest, but you know what I mean. It's just, yeah, they didn't pull their weight necessarily. Let's just see, wait. Heavy attacks increase damage next weapon swap. Heavy attacks stun opponents faster while you are affected by devotion. Uses devotion cooldown period. Like, what is devotion's cooldown period? Like, the time until devotion can appear again, right? I don't know what that period is, so I don't know if that cooldown helps or not. But sure, let's go for heavy attacks stun faster. But yeah, like I said, one of them just really didn't do a whole lot, and the other one did less than he should, probably. But yeah, not in a way where it was detrimental to us as a team. Just that, you know, on paper, if the boss looked at the numbers that we were producing, was like, could be more. You know what? Reinforced faith effects of devotion now last longer. Sure. Why not? And let's go for max health. And then one day we had a, like, department meeting with, yeah, sure, let's go for bleeding. With the boss, or by our department head and the boss. And it was such a weird one. Because, sure, we talked about, hey, guys, like, we expect a bit more out of this department. We expect more work to be done faster, stuff like that, you know, yada yada. And then they talked to the one guy who really didn't pull his weight. And the boss actually used the words, "Are you not having fun?" Like, because if you're not having fun, then why are you even here, basically? And that's when I, like, chimed in. I was like, excuse me, boss man. None of us, like, with all due respect, none of us here are here because we are having fun. Like, if you have fun at work, that's a bonus. But we're all here because we need money. You know? Like, we need money. Heavy attacks apply bleeding, sure. Like, again, I see it as a big bonus if I like my work. Or at least don't mind my work. Because my first job, I just didn't want to go there. Every single day I hated the thought of having to go there. And my current work, like I said, been there for a while now. I don't mind going there. I don't love it. I couldn't do my special attack. That sucks. Or yeah. But yeah, like, the boss telling us, "Ayo, if you don't..." He didn't say Ayo, I added that. But the boss saying, if you don't have fun, why are you even working here? Is such a... It's such a stupid sentence. Like, sure, having fun at work, great. Having nice co-workers, in my opinion, huge bonus. But even if it does not matter if I like the work or not, I am there for the money. Right? I am there for the money. If I didn't need money, I wouldn't have that job or any job. I mean, I would maybe look for something or do something a little bit. I don't know. I have never been in the position of not needing a job. But if I did need a job, like with most people, if I didn't need a job, I wouldn't go to a job, usually. Probably. So it felt like a very much... Do we call it out of touch thing?
Hey, there seems to be something in this hole. What have we here? A shackle with a metal ball attached to it?
Oh. We have a new badge. We want to go against the... I think I want to go against the Major Puginoko, whatever. I should have healed first. That thing... whatever. Just eat it and immediately dash away. And yeah, these boss fights are what I meant earlier. If I am in the, like, upper part of the boss area, then it's just... It's harder to see where the boss is and what the boss is doing. So it's harder to evade as well. But yeah, I'm absolutely not one for like company loyalty, basically. Like I'm never gonna do anything to actively harm my company. I will do my work that is asked of me. I will do the amount of work that I need to do to get paid, and not, you know, I'm not one for extra credit, doing stuff that I don't necessarily need to do in hopes of maybe getting more something, or getting, what's the word? Why is the word that I'm thinking of right now retribution? I'm not thinking about the word retribution. Recognition. I'm not doing my work for recognition. I'm doing my work for money. And I'm sorry that I'm on the work topic for so long, but it's something that many people probably can agree with. Just, damn it, I did not think he would do that. Oh shit. Like I'm doing work. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the second wind. Also, let me just... Alright. Yeah, some kind of blocking would be nice on my part. I still don't know what button the blocking was. Holy shit. That was just a... that was a rant run. I just did the run to rant. Right? Holy shit. But okay, we got something that leveled up. We got something new. Hey, you.
Hey, Tim. You back at the starting point too?
A tactical choice, Savara. Given how difficult the festival is, I have a foolproof method to win.
The method is don't die.
Proof, you say? I'd love to see that.
You aren't ready for that kind of knowledge. But not to worry. I'll give you something helpful anyway, out of the goodness of my heart.
Thanks. That's very nice of you.
At Blitz Peace. Alright, let's check some of the stuff that we got already. Also, let's see what we can upgrade. So how was it? We have to upgrade the statue in order to unlock more things here, right? Okay, let's check out the things here. Weapons supposed to stamina cost. That's generally not bad, especially when you upgrade it up to 4 times. Souvenir medallion. Second wind now gives us 40% of max health. I think it was 24 or 30 first. Increase your max health by 10%. Don't know how much it was earlier, or yeah, it's upgraded once. Eating a ham hock increases max health by 1. That sounds very weak for now. Increase the heals from your ham hock by 30%. Increase your stamina regeneration by 15% of your max stamina, so that's generally not bad. When you do a dodge roll, increase your movement speed by 2.5% for 3 seconds. That is generally not bad. I don't know which I would get rid of in order to use that. Like this one, I think if you upgrade it, I don't know, if it goes up to like 4, that's still not great. If it goes up to 5, might not sound like a big difference, but like max health up by 5 doesn't sound bad. But it feels like one of those, like, I don't want to call it traps, because it's not bad, but it just feels like one of those where you think as a noob basically in this game, like, oh, that sounds good, yeah, survivability, and like, how many ham hocks have I eaten in this run? 2, or was there a 3rd? Don't remember.
A wise choice.
All right, we have Death Killer. That's an interesting name. When you have less than 35% health, increase damage from your attacks, all of them, by 30%. Wow. Your special attacks charge faster. Not bad. Increase your max health by 25%. No, 25. Not 25%. Ooh, also, you see right next to the name of these, that these cost 2, like, slots up there. Each of them. You start attempts with 150 extra kamas, that's not bad. While a monster is enraged, increase damage from your attacks and your stamina regeneration. Also not the worst. Weapon swaps increase the damage done by your attacks, increase max stamina. When you take damage, increase the damage of your attack. Start attempts with an extra ham hock. For a monster parts more efficient. You know what? Let's get rid of this one. And now we can get one of these. And I kind of like the Death Killer because I am not good at this game. So I'll be at low health anyway. Quite often, basically. Alright, anything else we can do here? Anything we could create? Anything we want to have? I mean, I could upgrade some stuff. But I kind of want to just try different things. explosive nerve. Your attacks do extra damage every other attack. That just sounds really... That would be blunt. Sure. Let's forge and equip. Oops. And on weapon 2, let's go with slashing damage attacks. Sure, you know what? Screw it. I don't even want to really read anything. I'm just gonna try both of these at once. Room heals you by 1 health point per Puginoko part. If I have all 5, I get healed by 5 every time I get a room. Which is not bad, but I don't have the materials for that at all. The only thing that I could forge is this here. I don't really care. So we just got 2 very fast weapons. I can switch, and yeah. Special attack, heavy attack, sure. Press and release. Okay. This is not the right timing. Oh, this was the right timing. Gotcha. And a dodge roll. What was... Didn't I have a block? Or was that just with the sword and shield? Wait, only have a dodge roll here? Damn, that's pretty cool. Okay, so it's the same for both. Lovely. Let's try that. Why not? Yeah. We're gonna need the merchant later on.
Here compared to our travels. There's always action, tons of challenges, and everyone gives their best. Honestly, I'm really into it.
I thought as much. Just remember the lessons I've taught you over the years. They'll always be useful.
I know. First you study the prey, then you think about how you'd cook it, and finally you make your move. Don't worry, I remember.
Now, anyone who's familiar with the WAKFU universe or game universe or whatever, are these like reoccurring? That word? Characters that were already established. Basically, are they like did they come up in any game, or are these totally new characters? Because the way they talk, and they talk about stuff that already happened to them, it makes it sound like they are already established characters.
Karn's finally doing a bit more cooking lately. I was really starting to doubt his reputation.
Oh, I hope we'll finally get to taste his famous fried poltragon.
His Okarus lasagna is better.
Why choose? Go for both.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah. Why take one food when you can have 2 food? Alright, let's try that again. But yeah, again, if it really is just like not a whole lot more to this game than what we've already seen, that kinda sucks. Alright. But also, let's enjoy what we have here, if that is true. Alright. Yeah, I really do not like the sound for switching weapons. Because I get that it's supposed to be the ding of weapons, basically, but it sounds like a phone to me, and I don't like that. Increase your sprint speed, not bad. Weapon swaps increase the damage done by your next heavy attack, not bad. Weapon swaps give you armor equal to damage do. No. My weapons don't do a whole lot of damage at once, so we're not gonna go for that. Yeah, so switching weapons increases the strength of my next heavy attack, and the next heavy attack is just generally a good one. Like, we hit multiple times, so that's really not bad. Yeah, the combo potential for these weapons is so much better. Whee!
That was a close one.
I think I need that for the Puginoko parts, but I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, it's part of... It's a part of the mushroom, so of course it's something. Alright. Alright, and we switch, and we jump away. Don't you want to explode? Doesn't it? Didn't that thing explode last time we fought against it? Ouch. Also, it just looks really cool to just dash around with two knives, two daggers, whatever. Sure. Lightning's fun. Lightning's always fun in games.
This should do it.
But yeah, I'm generally there are many games where no matter what I play different things. Like I find basic things when I play a new MMO. I usually start with a magic class, be it a mage or like shaman or druid or whatever. I usually start with a magic class. I do like trying different things, and it's always a cool thing if you have like a very fast attacking class. In this case, like with daggers and all, it's usually just really cool in most games to just dual wield weapons, fast dual wield or whatever. So at some point I usually go for that. Weapon swap supply electrified, was supposed to increase damage done. And that's not bad. Electrified. When an electrified target is hit by attacks, a lightning bolt strikes later. Alright, so yeah. We go for that because if I'm correct, I kinda misused that hammock there because I could have. I think I got less out of it than I should have. Whatever. I think. Oh yes. Okay. So when using my special, every single one, like the first time I hit the enemy is applying the lightning, and every subsequent hit of the same special, because it has multiple hits, counts for a lightning attack later on. So that is really cool. I like that. Ouch. So yeah, I just, especially with these weapons, like the lightning strikes, even though they are not very strong with the daggers, it's just ideal. So I use so many attacks, or I do so many attacks. Okay, enemy enraged. Enemy can suck it. Hell yeah, and you're about to go down. I said you're about to go down. Thank you. Lost more health than I should have, but whatever. Yeah, fast weapons are the way to go. I mean, I remember in Monster... No, wait. What was that Monster Hunter like that MMO? Dauntless. I don't know if any one of you ever played Dauntless. It was a neat idea. What is that? That's... Yep, that healed me. That's fine. It was basically a Monster Hunter-like MMO. And it had some cool ideas. It just felt very repetitive. And the difficulty curve was very steep, in my opinion. Like, I'm sure there are some people who were, like, pros at the game pretty fast. But I generally hunted the same few enemies for a while. And yes, of course, that is why you can say it felt repetitive. But I also, like, I tried some bigger hunts and all, and with people, I managed to do them. Like I said, it was pretty much, I don't know if it still exists, but it was pretty much a Monster Hunter-like. Had the same idea, had the same thing with break off monster parts, had the same thing with different weapons, weapons that are way bigger than all of the characters that are wielding them. And there, my favorite weapon was the hammer, which was the slowest of the weapons, but it could also, like for combo attacks, it could shoot. If you just did the right input, you would hit, strong hit, and then end with a shotgun blast out of the hammer. That was really cool. Took quite a bit. Combat attack is increased, but 15% of what we do right now is just really not that big of a deal. Judgment. Damage area that does damage and applies one stack of Eye of Judgment. Increase the damage taken by the target. You know what? Yeah, sure. course. Give me the ham hock. But the hammer was like a weird way of fighting because it was so damn slow. But also it was really fun. Because if you hit, like if you actually did the right thing and didn't get interrupted by just creatures attacking you, it was so damn strong. Like, I mean, it was the basic idea. Just you are very slow, but you have the most amount of damage potential because it's a freaking warhammer that can also shoot. So, like, of course that's gonna deal a whole lot of damage. And there, in a game like that, like, they also, of course, had dual blades. I don't know if they were just called daggers or what, but they had dual blades. They were fun, but they felt very lackluster. But you could dash around a lot. You could try your best and not get hit if you did it well. Like, they were actually good weapons to play with, but I think damage-wise they fell really short. If I remember correctly, it's been ages since I played that game. That was a pretty cool idea. I think I've like saw it, or YouTube like recommended me videos once about like what happened to Dauntless and such. I don't think I've ever watched, so I don't know if. Oh no, wait! I've seen a video of how they. I think they were acquired by some other studio or something, like the studio that made it, and they kind of fucked everything up, which is pretty normal nowadays, right? It's not good, definitely not, but it's quite normal. So I think I think the video ended saying that the game was no longer around, that they shut down the servers, but I could be wrong. I mean, if it's still around, I might actually try it out at some point, because I love the Monster Hunter idea. I just never put too much time into a Monster Hunter game, and one scarred me for life. Ooh, wait a sec. Yes, ooh, yes, that's a good idea, because we are hitting the enemies with so many lightning bolts that and each of them charges my special attack. That's just really cool. Like, that's gonna be a lot of lightning strikes, and that should technically give us quite a lot of. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. Also, wow, that was easy. Maybe I found the perfect weapon here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Monster Hunter, which was it? The one for Wii U. Monster Hunter Try, I wanna say. Unsure which one it was. A Monster Hunter for Wii U that I did not buy. Wait, how did I? There was this. For some reason, Nintendo gave away games. Was it because of the Nintendo 3DS thing? I don't remember, but there was, for some reason, there were, like, you could choose one of, like, 5 or so games. Like, big games, like, full-on games. And you could choose one of them to get for free because Nintendo fucked something up. Don't remember if it was just a screwed up, like, launch kind of thing, or if it was something completely different. No idea. Don't remember. But I just remember I got Monster Hunter, basically, I got it for free. Not basically for free, but I got it for free. And sure, I played it, I tried it out. And I've got a... This is a story that... This is, in my opinion, a very fun story, or funny story. It wasn't very fun back then. But, so, yeah, I played Monster Hunter, and one thing about me is I have thalassophobia, which means I am afraid of the ocean, or deep water, dark water, like large bodies of water, basically. I like swimming, I technically like diving, I hate it when I can't see the ground, and also, like, the ocean itself, I'm not a huge fan. especially out in the open, out in the ocean. Yeah, I would never, like, I don't mind ships or whatever, but I would never ever like go sailing or whatever and then jump off the boat to go for a swim. No, sorry. I would never do that. I pretty much terrified. If you've ever watched any Markiplier videos about the ocean, pretty much that. Like, I have the same fear of the ocean as Markiplier has. It feels like, in the videos, it feels like he has it a bit more than me, like a bit stronger than me, but whatever. It's something, if you've ever seen it, you know what I'm talking about, basically. Or you yourself have that fear, that's also a possibility. And the thing is, depending on the game, games can trigger that fear. I will not play Subnautica. I hear Subnautica is an amazing game. I will not ever play that game because it terrifies me. Especially since, like, so many fears, irrational fears, as we know, many people have irrational fears, but so many fears are about things that aren't actually there. It's always the but what if kind of fear. And one thing with like fear of the dark or thalassophobia, it's always the fear of but what if there is something. And in the game of Subnautica, actually there is the fear, what if there is something, combined with, oh, there is something. Like, to me, Subnautica is not an adventure game with some slight, like, creepy elements. It's a full-on horror game. But yeah, back to Monster Hunter. Some of you might know where this is going. But basically, wait. Boom. I can't do this. Yeah, some of you might know where this is going. But in case you don't know, in some Monster Hunters, especially newer ones, and by newer ones I mean Wii U and up, I don't know about the ones beforehand, there is underwater combat. You can hunt specific monsters that are underwater. You can fight specific monsters that are underwater. One of which is the Lagiacrus. I don't know if you actually pronounce it like that. I've heard some people pronounce it like that. But the Lagiacrus is basically a freaking Leviathan. It's a huge underwater dragon snake kind of thing. I mean, it has legs, so it's not necessarily a snake, but you know what I mean. It has very serpentine body with some legs and all. Don't know if it has wings. I don't think so. Wouldn't make sense for a water monster to have big wings, at least. Okay, we're gonna heal just to be sure, because this is a very good run right now. And I don't care for losing this because I think, there's no need for me to heal. I love these weapons, by the way. So yeah, for one mission, I had to hunt some water monsters. Not the Lagiacrus. That is a late game thing. That is a like, I think in the Wii U version of the game, it's like the biggest thing. It's the Rathalos of that game. I think by then there was no Rathalos. I don't know. Whatever. Back to story. Like, keep talking, Renegade. I had to fight some water monsters, so I went to a beach area. And that game was... Yes! Hell yeah! That game, unlike newer Monster Hunters, is like screen-based. No, what? Zone-based. Like this game. Like, you don't have a full-on, like, open world to go through, but you're in one zone, and then you go to the next zone, then you go to the next zone. Let's go to the rest area. This is the first time I actually beat the boss. That's amazing. Is it? I think it is. Right? Did I? Last time? Whatever. Keep going. Keep going with the story, man. After we see what's in here.
On various yacht logs, but why is the binding made of tempered steel?
The legal code. Interesting. Alright, so yeah, I go there, I fight some of the things that are on a beach area, where you can fight on the beach, and you can go in the water there, and I keep very close to the beach. Like, I go into the water.
Here we go.
I did it, I was brave, but also I kept very close to the water. To the beach area. Just so that I could go out at any point if it got to be too much. Ooh! Dinosaur! Dodo dinosaur. I mean, I've seen that before, but it's just a question of, have I fought this thing before, or is it just a video that I've seen of it back then? No idea. Ooh, I don't remember ever seeing that thing. So I fight these water, like, they looked like Lapras, the Pokemon. They looked really cool, and I fought them. I felt a bit guilty because they were pretty peaceful. Okay, so there's definitely more monster variety than just 2 monsters or 3 monsters. But yeah, they were kind of peaceful, so I was pretty much... I felt guilty fighting them, but whatever. And then I killed everything on the screen, but I think I needed like 5 monsters and only killed 3, something like that, you know? So I went to the next screen, through the water. I was like, you know what, I can do this. And I switched to the next screen, and that was fully underwater. I did not enjoy that. I really did not like that, but I thought, okay, sure. Oh, there's one of these things. Let's just fight that and then go back to the other zone, just hoping that the others will just respawn or whatever. Just try my best to make some of them respawn. And that's when I suddenly heard boss music. To this point, I was not aware that a Monster Hunter, at least the old one, even if you don't hunt a specific monster, specific monsters can appear. Because every other fight up until that point, or every other mission up until that point, I would only see the monster that I was actually hunting. I think. Or at least mostly, I don't know. Something like that. And I hear boss music. And suddenly I see the Lagiacrus, like, not just seeing me, but swimming towards me rapidly. Like I said, biggest monster in the game as far as I know. Water dragon. Incredible design. Like, absolutely great design. Love it. Hate it when I see it rushing towards me. My heart, my heart skipped like 7 beats, maybe 20, maybe 75. I don't remember, but I turned around and swam. Oh, that thing looks interesting. I swam as fast as the game would let me, and just wanted to get out of that area. I wanted to get away from that thing. Like, I was terrified. Mind you, back then I was already an adult back then. I was at least 18, probably like somewhere between. Wait, that was my first lad, so that I must have been like 20 or something. 20, 21? Don't remember. I was terrified. My heart was beating like crazy. Yeah. So I bolted. I dashed out of the air through the water as fast as I could. So I went into the next area, back to the beach area. And as soon as I was back in the beach area, I swam like to the middle of the area, and I couldn't wait to get out of the water, but I had to stop there. I put the controller down and I took a few breaths, deep breaths. And then I heard boss music. I was not aware at that point that freaking bosses can, or just monsters in general, can follow you into a different area. The Lagiacrus has followed me into that area. I bolted so fast out of the water, onto the beach, onto the sand. And I dashed to the next area. I went out of the water to the sand. Oh, you are a healer, are you? And I just did my best to get as much distance between me and that thing, and just next area on the beach, like from the beach to a very sandy area where it's like wet sand, basically, you know what I mean? But no direct water source. Basically, it was just the outskirts of the beach or whatever. And I stood there for a while and I was like, holy shit. And then I hear boss music. Because up until that point, I wasn't aware that fucking Lagiacrus could walk on land as well. And that thing chased me for another screen. At that point, I just ran like 3 screens and just waited and waited and waited and waited. Nothing happened, so I think I then cancelled the mission, and I don't think I ever did any mission that had anything to do with water there in that game. And so, as you might understand, I have never finished that game. I've never finished Monster Hunter or whatever. I was terrified. Ooh, wait. Enemies remain electrified until they die is awesome.
Good start.
But yeah, that is for sure. That has for sure been the most like traumatizing experience in any game I've ever had. And I've played some stuff, like some games that did some stuff, be it playing something as a child where maybe it was a bit too much for me at that age, or be it, I don't know, some game where I didn't realize how much it would, like, how weird it would get or whatever. But that is, like, for sure, that was an experience that I remember vividly to this day. And don't really wanna, like, relive, basically. Like, I might play Monster Hunter at some point, and, like, with the knowledge that I have now, it might be a bit easier, because, like, stuff like, oh, the boss can come after you. If I know that, then I can play around that, hopefully. But that is, like, that is my most terrifying, gaming experience, basically. And I know to many people, like, it's always the same thing with ooh, damn, you look cool. It's always the same thing with fears, especially, like I said, irrational fears, where people who don't have that fear just have no idea why is that supposed to be scary, what, but just, I know that some people out there know my pain in this case and understand what I went through. But yeah, that was, to me, that was absolutely, like, brutal. Okay, I should really heal. But yeah, I love that the enemies are staying electrified. I wonder if there's, like, a way to keep proccing that. Because the electrifying, it procs when you are, you know what, sure, let's fully heal. It procs when you attack the enemy. But I wonder if there are any effects that count as you keep attacking it, basically. Is damage done by lightning bolts? Doubles the number of lightning bolts. Yes. Sure. Oh, by the way, there's a healing thing. Nice. Doesn't fully heal me, right? But it heals me. We got a lot of money, so I think we just go for max health. And hey, we are actually, like, I'm actually doing way better than I thought. I mean, just like with many action, like, combat games with action combat, it's just way easier if you have fast weapons, right? There are so many games where the fast weapons might not be the coolest or the most badass, but the fast weapons are just the most useful in so many ways. Like, I remember playing, what was it, Devil May Cry 3. A bunch of different weapons, all of them pretty cool to use, and then you get the fire and ice blades, like twin blades that are, like, of course, fast weapons, lots of combo hits and all, and it's just, from then on you shred so much. I really need to play Devil May Cry 3. I've played 1 and 2 on the channel fully in one stream for Devil May Cry 1, one stream for Devil May Cry 2.
A coin. My lucky day. Looks like a rare one too.
And technically I wanted to do that for every Devil May Cry, although I think 4 and 5 are too long to play them in one sitting on stream. Your weapon swaps apply electrified is not bad, but is it needed? Because our special applies electrified and the enemy stays electrified. I think we just buy some stuff here. Yeah, and we still have a lot of money, so I think that we're good. With the ham hock. Alright. What is that little thing? Are you a snake kind of thing? Yes, that's a snake with a very big head. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so the twin weapons are amazing. It's just using 2 twin weapons or 2 twin blades with 2 different types of damage, and you're golden, basically. What was that? Judgment. Do we have any judgment kind of thing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the big damage area. Sure, let's go with that. That's actually not the worst idea. Because if we can increase the damage that we do with judgment, with the judgment zone, I think that's a pretty good idea. Damn it! Yeah, really didn't. My bad. There's so many games that I want to play on the channel. Biggest problem that I have with the channel is there are so many games that I don't play.
Lost their beer tankard during an attempt. The spigot on the front is odd.
Interesting. There are many games that I don't play because I always think, oh, I want to keep that for the channel. I want to play that on the channel at some point. Then I never do that, and then, yeah. Your weapon swaps increase judgment damage by 6% until the end of the room. So, wait. So it doesn't increase... Oh. Every judgment that appears increases their damage by 20% until... Okay, that sounds fun. So if we get one judgment area, and then later get a second judgment area, that second judgment area deals 20% more damage. Is that... I think that's how that's meant, right? Stacks up to 10 times, which means it can deal up to 200% at... I hate that the dodge roll doesn't make you invincible. That you don't have iframes, so invincibility frames. That... I mean, logically it makes sense that it doesn't. But game logic wise, it really doesn't. Yo, wait here. Ouch! Stop that shit. Bad wolf. Wrong button. We munch, we crunch, we dodge. Some what's the word I'm looking for? Ranged attacks would actually not be a bad idea. But I don't think that there's any... I mean, there is the... Lance? Spear? Spear. Pole arm, whatever. That technically has a ranged attack. But, like, talking about a bow or something. Which I understand, once again, why there is none. But at some point, some range attacks would actually be like nice. Okay, wolf or big chicken boss? Let's go for the chicken boss. Poltragon Rex? Damn. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it. I love how goofy they are. Alright. I mean, there are so many damage instances here, but again, not all of them are actually dealing good damage is the problem. Like, with all this damage, even though, like I said, it's not it's not a whole bunch of damage at once, but with all that damage that I'm doing, Aftershock would probably actually be quite good. Also, I should really get ham hocks when fighting these guys. Ouch, how did that... What did it do that hit me? Oh, I think that thing. the explosion. Okay. So, enemies staying electrified, actually really great against bosses. In my opinion. Holy, we are dealing damage like crazy. Oh yeah, that's the thing. It when it hits the head, it starts a huge explosion. That did the damage back later, early on. Okay. Shit, I wanted to... I keep forgetting that I can run. Don't know if that would have helped me right there. I don't know if I had the stamina for it. But I keep forgetting that I can run in this game. Oh, we fully leveled up the badge. I just got a... just got an achievement for that. Stop it! Crazy chicken. Okay, I would love to beat that thing, but I have a feeling with the amount of health that I have, and the amount of health that it still has, I might not be able to do that. I'm also not great at learning attack patterns if they are like... I only learn attack patterns if they are better telegraphed than what this game has, basically. But look at the amount of, like, lightning strikes there. Shit. Shit. I can... Oh yeah, I forgot about the second wind! There is still a chance. Like, is it a high chance? No, but there is still a chance. Oh shit. Oh, come on. I was... dashing out of it. Love the sound design for that thing. Oh my goodness. Would you stop that? Kicking me while I'm down, kinda. I mean, I was up, but you know what I mean. It's... Oh shit, I actually won. Is that... like... is that it? I don't know. Rest area. Okay, it brings me to the rest area, so there has to be more. Okay, that's awesome. This video is so much longer than I wanted it to be. Just wanted to do it a quick, like, half an hour kind of thing. Holy shit. If I go to the main menu, I can come back here at any point, right? Gotta try, but I'm pretty sure I can just continue to run. I mean, we'll see it right now. If not, then I suck. But I feel like in a rest area I can just... Yes, okay, great. Yeah, because this video is already an hour long or close to an hour long. Ooh, I totally forgot to take that ham hock. But anyway, for now, thank you nerds so much for watching. I'm the Renegade Cactus Nye. Gotta run. Bye bye.